Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be using this eyeshadow palette today. I have already reviewed this palette. If you haven't seen it already, go check that out. And at the end of the video, I'm going to be giving you guys a brief review of what I think of this palette after using this for the first time. So do keep watching and let's get started. So the first shade that I'm going to be taking is this matte bright pink and apply that on my crease. I'm using a flash shader brush to deposit the color on my crease. Next, I'm gonna take this matte deep burgundy and use that to darken the crease. I haven't blended the shades yet. So the bright pink shade was pretty pigmented but wasn't very creamy, and the burgundy isn't depositing all too well on top of the pink. It's not as intense as I imagined it would be. Both the shades are on the powdery side. And now I'm blending with a large blending brush to make it look seamless. I'm gonna take the same bright pink and apply that on my lower lash line with a small blending brush. Next, I'm gonna take this bright hot pink shimmery shade and apply that on my outer lid space. This shade is pretty intense and pretty bright. Next, I'm gonna take this coppery pink shimmer shade and use that on the inner lid space. The shimmers and metallics in this palette are pretty intense and creamy. I'm not even using a wet brush, I'm using a dry brush and the pigments are still so bright. Next, I'm going to use this metallic gold shade right in the middle of the eyelid to add some more sheen. I'm trying to use as many shades as possible from this palette for this look so that you guys can have a better idea of how this palette performs. Next, I'm gonna be darkening the lower lash line with a dark matte burgundy shade that we used on the crease. I'm using a white kohl on my waterline. This white kohl is by Wet n Wild. Next, I'm going to be drawing a very fine line close to my upper lash line. I'm using the Lakme Shine Line in black. Putting on some mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Next up, highlighter. I'm using my very favorite Maybelline Master Chrome in the shade Rose Gold. Finally, lashes. I'm using my very favorite Bronson Professional lashes. These lashes are super amazing and very affordable. They retail for rupees 200, but I got this for rupees 175 from Nicka. I have a separate video on these lashes in my channel. If you are interested, you can go check that video out. Next up, blush. I'm using the L'Oreal Paris Le Beau blush in the shade Be Fierce. This blush is intensely pigmented and you need to use very little. I wanted to try the brush provided with the blush, but as you can see, it wasn't a very good idea. Then I reapplied the blush with a blush brush and that made it too intense. As you can tell, I have ended up overdoing my blush. And I decided to use a red lipstick for this look. So I'm lining my lips with a red lip liner. This lip liner is by Faces. For lipstick, I'm using the Nicka Ultra Matte in the shade Madhu. This is a very pretty red. It's not bright red, it is a little on the darker side, which makes it really wearable and looks really pretty. So I have reviewed the Ultra Mattes in my channel before, so if you're interested you can go check that out. And I've also reviewed the Nicka metallic liquid lipsticks that I'm using here. I'm using the shade Can't Be Tamed. It's a beautiful metallic purple that I really love, and it worked really well on top of the red lipstick. So I created this look with this palette. This is the Nicka 9 color eyeshadow palette in the shade Poison Apple. This eyeshadow palettes come in a range of 6 eyeshadows and I have got 5 of them. I have already reviewed 3 of the palettes before. I have reviewed the Plum Sugar palette, the Deep Sea Dive palette, the Birthday Cake palette, and now this one. And I also have the Mocha Mix, which I'm gonna be reviewing very soon. So stay tuned for that. So coming back to this palette, I've already reviewed this palette in my previous video. Do check that out. And what can I say about this palette? Out of all the palettes that I've tried, this is by far the best metallics. As you can see on my eyelid, they are intense and crazy pigmented. The mattes are pretty good too. They're not as impressive as the metallics, they're not as creamy, but still good enough. This is, by the way, the dupe of the Sparkelle Beauty Precious Stone Obsession palette in the shade Ruby. It is actually a very good dupe and you pay like a fraction of the price. It retails for rupees 599, but most of the times they're on a discount on Nicka, on a 50% discount, and I got this for 300 bucks. So you can't beat this. If you're looking for a budget red eyeshadow palette, you should definitely go for this. And this completes my makeup. This is the finished look and I had so much fun creating this look. I hope you guys enjoyed equally, and if you did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hope to see you in my next video. Till then.